Every success requires sacrifice, but not forced sacrifices. In today's entertainment industry, it is almost impossible to avoid being caught up in one controversy or the other. Some may deem it cancel culture, but for others, they truly deserve what's coming. However, some controversies are much more intense than others. Why would young actors be cornered to play gay roles? There could be a darker side of Tyler Perry, which we will look into today. Many people have come out to accuse Tyler for imposing roles that they were not comfortable with. We're not talking about some normal difficult roles like stunts, but we're referring to straight men being forced to play gay roles simply because they were trying to make a name in the entertainment industry and successful auditions presented such an opportunity. Word started getting around when Tyler Perry was called out by one actor who revealed the traumatic experience he had while filming an episode for Meet the Browns, playing a role that Perry allegedly at the last minute decided would be gay. Brandon Jay was an actor and voice coach who took to TikTok to open up about how filming just one episode of Perry's Meet the Browns turned into the hardest and most stressful experience of his life. According to Jay, a day on Perry's set was more drastic than the typical one-episode shoot. The actor said that while episodes were usually shot in 1 week, Tyler Perry's studio shot it in a day. In addition to the tight shooting schedule, Jay accused Perry of making last-minute changes to the scripts actors had memorized before each shoot. Jay had auditioned for and was playing the role of Jeffrey, a stout high school teenager who was being bullied at his high school. I take 2 to 3 days to learn the entire script. Then on the day of filming the Alfonso Ribeiro directed episode, Perry walks on and everything changes, Jay claimed. So we run the entire episode for him and he hates it. We go on break and I'm sitting in my dressing room when the assistant director walks in. I have an entirely new script with all new lines, pages and pages and pages. I have an hour to learn this stuff. The actor then noted that this meant that everyone was forced to learn new lines of the honcho's choosing. Mr. Perry on the spot starts rewriting the entire script while feeding the young actor the lines he had to perfect right there on the spot, Jay claimed. He then said that the director asked him to learn the new impromptu lines or else he was fired. While rising to the occasion to learn the new lines, Jay claimed that Perry decided to make his character gay, one that had a crush on his high school bully. But Jay said this was definitely not what he originally auditioned for. I want Jeffrey to be gay, and he has a crush on his bully, Jay claimed Perry had said. After making this revelation on TikTok, Jay uploaded the second installment the next day, adding to the story where he talked about his initial response to the news. Jay said he immediately reached out to his agent, who told him he didn't have to take the role if he didn't feel comfortable with it. But Jay said it was an opportunity he did not want to pass by and decided to play the role despite the changes to his character. But shortly after the story surfaced on Twitter, Jay received mixed responses from people who felt he was complaining about an acting gig that had experienced a common last-minute change. One user wrote, "An actor complaining about getting work is not right with me. Maybe the job requires you to be flexible and learn on the spot. And what is the problem with playing a gay character?" Regardless of what happened, it is understandable why many people may side with Perry in this case, one of them being his humanitarian gestures. He is known to have consistently assisted Atlanta residences, the place he called home for years. The filmmaker donated $750,000 to help low-income seniors in Atlanta now that property taxes have increased. Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens announced the generous donation, saying the rise in property taxes have displaced many residents, especially seniors, who are on fixed incomes and feel the effects of even moderate increases. Perry was even awarded the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award at the 2021 Oscars for his gestures. But that hasn't prevented many people from coming for him. A real-life drama between the film mogul and one of his former employees caused a huge controversy in 2015. Tyler accused his former employee, Joshua Soule, of stalking and criminal trespassing in November 2014. Perry accused Soule of trying to intimidate him, as well as disengaging the power to disable the alarms and surveillance equipment at his Southwest Atlanta studio. However, the actor dropped the lawsuit against his employee later on. Maybe it was because of the lawsuit Soule himself filed. Joshua Soule filed a $10 million lawsuit against Tyler Perry, his studio, and supervisor Brett Hendricks in May 2015. The lawsuit and the site note accusation that Perry allowed harassment by Hendricks, while Soule was employed as a production assistant with Tyler Perry Studios. The employee stated he had started working at the studio in August 2014, and that it was during this time Hendricks touched him inappropriately, calling him baby, and that he missed him. He even said he offered him uncontrolled substances in anticipation of favors. Soule labeled his actions as unwarranted and resisted him. Soule went on to accuse Hendricks of sending uncomfortable text messages and asking him to stay at his home. But things got worse when he tried to speak directly to Perry in his office. I came to Mr. Perry's office to knock on the door because no one answered the door. I asked his secretary if he was in the office. She told me to wait in her area, and after a while, all kinds of chaos happened. I was in a big lobby area between Mr. Perry's office and his assistant's office. There was an open office also in that area, so I just sat in that office until someone wanted to talk with me, hopefully Mr. Perry, about the incidents with Hendricks. The people in the office started acting funny to me, so I locked the door in that office and said I wasn't going to leave until someone talked to me about Mr. Hendricks. I wanted to talk with the boss because I was not okay with what happened with Hendricks. I think the people in the office caught on that I wanted to reach out to Perry to discuss something troubling, and instead of addressing it, they decided to get rid of me. After he complained about the unwanted advances, the suit stated that he ended up losing his seniority, being suspended from his employment, somehow arrested for no reason, and eventually fired. The retaliation against Soule caused him to suffer a mental breakdown. Although Perry responded to Soule saying Hendricks was never an employee of his. But the question remains why Perry prevented Soule from meeting him. His portrayal of the character Medea, a cross-dressing grandma, has led to speculation about his gender preference. People continue to believe he may be gay since he and Medea first appeared on the Chitlin circuit many years ago. An individual named Lee Hampton made claims that Perry was formerly gay, but had since distanced himself from the LGBTQ+ community. Hampton posted a video where he discussed his complicated relationship with Perry, alleging that the filmmaker expressed concern that his popular Medea stage performances would not continue to be successful if he were to come out. A blog post by Perry also included a message in which he urged his fans to focus on the present and future rather than the past. It is unclear whether Perry has addressed these allegations or simply chosen to maintain his privacy on the matter. Fortunately, Tyler Lepley bailed on him during an interview with Angela Lee on her lip service show. He spoke about his acting career and keeping his relationship with people questioning his gender preference. He also addressed rumors that he and his friend Tyler Perry were gay. The star wasted no time in setting the record straight. I remember when I first started, I was seeing rumors of being gay here and there. For whatever reason, people were associating it with my first show. I came out on a Tyler Perry show, and for whatever reason, he gets a rep like that. And I know Tyler personally, and he's not gay. I was seen around him, and all of a sudden, he's rubbing off on me, and people felt like I was gay or something like that. Almost every celebrity has faced one or two controversies, so Perry isn't different. But giving young actors no choice but to act in uncomfortable roles isn't good for a Hollywood superstar like Perry. Do you agree with me? Let's know your opinion in the comments section. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and swipe to the next video for more gossip.